The sponsor of this episode is BetterHelp.
Dude, you are so short, man.
I think if you could come up with a good idea ever, people are counting on you, and for what? For nothing. You show up with nothing every single time. Maybe if you put a little more thought into it, enough thought into it to actually make something worthwhile.
Stop! Does your head sound like this sometimes? So does mine. It helps to talk to someone. Consider giving therapy a try and start with BetterHelp. It's entirely online, it's designed to be flexible, convenient, and suited to your schedule. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Neds today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Neds.
Hey!
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hey there.
Hi.
Oh, hold on.
If you guys were to entrepreneurial branch out and be entrepreneurs,
Isn't that such a fun word?
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Okay, like outside.
No one knows how to say that
outside
right.
of really the creative sphere, like musician or actor or yada yada yada. Would it be like clothes or book, like a fragrance, like jewelry, bathrobes, lingerie, slippers?
How will we prove our worth to a society?
If it wasn't,
I mean, holy hell,
creative.
Daniel. Or just what do you?
Or just what you
brings you
enjoy?
joy to bring to other people?
Outside of entertainment,
Nothing.
that's a tough one, dude.
Nothing.
I think I would want to do a book,
Well, you
like
mentioned
a little book, actually.
Like a
Write my
novel
own-
or a
Libro.
Both.
nonfiction?
both.
You know you can.
I know, but will I? That is the question.
We'll find out. Tune in for the next
Y'all-
couple years with us.
Like clothing, none of y'all would have any
No,
other.
I would love to do that, but mainly I got into knitting because I was tired of my weight fluctuating, and they'd be like, "God damn, I need something that actually fits."
Nice.
Yeah, man, I would buy these really nice tuxedos and stuff. Then I show up to prom and I look all boxy and crap, and I'm like, "Okay, so I gotta hem these bad boys." It's not gonna work.
Wow.
Well, it's true when it comes to like suits and shit. Like when you just buy it off the rack, like suits were always meant to be tailored because all of our sizes are not the same.
Not at all.
That's like a base size,
Yeah.
and to really have it fit.
Yeah.
But like you got to be a little bougie to go get it tailored.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I'm gonna do it myself because I'm not paying somebody to do it.
I love that.
What about you, Dev? I could see
In
you
terms
getting
of what
into
business I would like to
men's
run,
fragrances. Mons fragrance.
I really don't know.
Instead of Mons pubis, Mons fragrance.
Wild.
What does the Mons and Mons pubis
I
mean?
couldn't even tell you.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Mons.
My
Mons
mom's.
pubis is supposed to be like it's a part of the.
Of course it is, but what does the Mons stand
Should
for?
we look it up? What's the etymology of Mons pubis?
The Oracle.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Google.
So wait, we were talking Mons pubis and then Mons what?
it
Mom's
MO in
fragrance. I love that you're asking me. You're saying all of this.
Okay, let's see etymology. Oh, Mons pubis? They're not giving me what the Mons is.
They're just showing
Daniel,
you pictures
those
of
are not the
Definition of
websites that are going to tell
Mons
you.
veneris. Why is it called Mons pubis? The fat pad over the pubic area.
Oh, the fupa?
Of females. Yeah, the
Oh,
fupa.
the fupa.
There you go.
It's also known as the Dunlap. It's when your belly Dunlapped over your belt buckle. I'm sorry, Dunlap. Yes. Okay. Dang. The Mons veneris, the mountain of Venus.
The mountain of penis.
Okay, so the Mons Venus is a mountain
Wow,
on the
the
planet
mountain of Venus.
And the Mons pubis is the proper name for the fupa?
Mons
There's
I'm
not-
gonna stick with fupa.
pubis.
Pubic mountain. Yeah, Latin.
I'm gonna stick with fupa.
Wait, so the Mons means fat.
No, it looks like mountain from here. Mons.
Mons
pubis.
means
anatomy
mountain.
word.
Pubis
of the,
mountain.
Yeah. Mons.
I will go to Mount Pube and I will stake my claim from there.
How's your journey for Mons pubis been?
Mons-
Still struggling, huh?
You know what? Mine is a Mons pubois, not pubis.
Pubois, oh.
Okay.
It's not a pupil
What you're
beat?
saying is it's in the past.
It's concave.
Not in the present.
It's actually collapsed in on itself. If you don't use those things, they will collapse in. Those muscles just atrophied. And now it's more just like a bundle of dead nerves.
Ooh, volcano waiting to erupt.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
Good
god.
Like from the outside, she looks normal, but from the inside, it's like, are you secretly sending off an electromagnetic signal that is keeping you alone? And, you know, I'd have the same conversation that I had with my heart and brain with my Mons pubis and say, what are you doing to repel people? Okay. All right. And I don't know. That's the thing. I have tried to draw in many a little one night stand. Not many, because like I don't actually find that attractive, but like
sometimes
anybody,
you need somebody.
yeah, right, like getting to know somebody for a second or whatever, and like you assume that like they're gonna invite you over for a movie, and then the XYZ happens, right? And I'm not even like, I'm not a loose person, like whatever. So I would like to be looser though, because you know, it's hard. It is really hard to literally feel like completely undesired. Like I know what I'm bringing. Do you know what I mean? Like I know. Like I'm pretty like blah blah blah. But I also know what I'm bringing. Like I know it's blah blah blah. But you know, I'm just flabbergasted by these girls who are like, yeah, I just took him home, or I brought him home, or this or that, and you know, it was so easy. We just were talking online, and then we like went out, and he took me to Ibiza for the fucking weekend, and I'm like, but how do I even get him to invite me out for anything
in LA?
Thank you.
Oh, LA's tough. LA's a tough
Right?
market.
But
yeah.
So can I ask you guys?
I'm rooting for you. By the
I
way.
appreciate that.
Rooting for you.
You got this.
How? Thanks, Daniel. What is your guys' criteria for like walking up to a girl? Like, is there ever a girl that you wouldn't walk up to, not because you don't like her, but because like why? Why won't anybody come and mac with me?
It's hard now because so much is being handled on the phone that like in real life, I think a lot of dudes are out of practice with just like go talk to that person. There's also always kind of a natural hesitation
Hesitancy,
for a lot of dudes. Some dudes are fucking shameless. They're just like, I'll fucking talk to anybody. And that's a good way to be if you're not a fucking creep.
Right.
But a lot of us have a natural hesitation to just like walking up to a stranger, even if you're attracted to them, and just starting a conversation, right? It's always like, well, what the fuck do I say? You know, like, and I have a hesitation. Of course, I see a lot of like beautiful women when I'm out, like at like bars and shit, but like, it's so fucking loud. I hold myself back often because like, I don't want to yell.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's attractive, but I don't want to be like, hey!
She's gonna find that out about you very soon anyway. So
That what?
that
You're a
you
loud
yell.
person.
You'll probably try to get in the car and like have accidentally not unlocked and be like, get in. You know what I mean? Dev's quick to that little spark.
Yeah, I'm
You gotta let it out. You gotta let it
yeah,
out. It's
yeah,
gonna
but
build.
I'm free. That's why it's not.
Oh, you're
it's
free.
Not, it's not in me, you know. Like I'm
No,
just,
I feel it.
the valves are going.
Let
you
the
know?
world
Valves
have
are
it.
letting
But
it
yeah,
off.
it's a tricky thing, you know, approaching a stranger,
Especially beautiful strangers.
Oh, yeah.
And so that might be tough for you as well. Like I've found myself like staying away from, you know, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna try that one.
I
because
agree.
she's a-
I also get a thing of just like oh she gets this like
All
I'm
the
just,
time.
I'm just another
How
fucking
cliche. You're beautiful. I think
Yeah.
you're beautiful. You wanna can we
She's
talk?
like, I know.
I would
Yeah.
fucking love that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, I've never ceased to be amazed at that luck for me. Like, never.
So you have to go out on the prowl whenever you bring them back.
Even
you
when I go out on the prowl, my dude, with like dudes who aren't fuckboys, like go out on the prowl.
club them.
No, right. But if that doesn't work and they regain consciousness, you know, I'm not gonna be a hoe, like I said, and do the one night stand thing. So like, I want to not even get to know you, but literally get to like be familiar as a human being. I'm not talking dates. I'm talking 2 or 3 times I hang out with you with our clothes on, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to date you. That's the thing. Because if
Right.
I was trying to date you, we'd put in a lot more time before we
Right.
fucked. You know what I mean?
I do.
So it's like, where are just my casual fuckboys
Yeah.
who are respectful? Because I know there are that group of them out there,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel so solid in myself now because
Yeah.
when they're like, be the love that you want. Dude, I get that now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that. I carry that shit with me everywhere. Everybody
Yeah.
gets the same version of me in a way, or at least that like, oh, that love is available to everybody, right? Including myself now.
Right.
So it's like, I don't feel like the needy attachment that I would to like any other type of sexual, you know, interaction that I would have had in the past. And it, you know, it just kind of eludes me now. And I find it interesting and very powerful that I feel like I could just go in for that physical like experience and not need that person to be
whole-
my
yeah.
dad, brother, you know,
Yeah.
confidant.
But the physical
Tinder.
experience is needed.
Tinder. Have you done?
Tinder.
I've never done the dating apps. Have you done them?
No.
Might be where you find the fuckboys.
To be honest. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's possible. Because you could like field it through conversation a little bit,
Yeah.
then like even hop on a FaceTime to really get their energy before you even meet in person. Like you
Yeah.
could kind of do some of that fielding.
Word.
But even though I definitely know some long-term couples who met on Tinder, I think you're right. Like mostly people are looking like let's just kind of get to know each other and maybe fuck. Like, I don't think people are trying to send it so actively on Tinder.
The sponsor of this episode is BetterHelp.
Hi, I'd like some therapy, please.
You? Really? I don't see many men in here. What are you feeling?
Kind of a lot. Like, really been stuck in my head and having strong feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy, and it all seems to be, like, bleeding into my work and relationships.
Oof, that sounds rough. Have you tried, like, making more money? You gotta look at things that are gonna raise your self-esteem. What about a boys' weekend? Huh? No? Has anybody in your life ever explained the term be a man to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what's up.
Right.
You feel better?
Not at all.
That'll still be $700.
What?
I put in the time.
We all need therapy, but that wasn't it, Chief. Try BetterHelp. They're designed to be affordable, convenient, and they have a whole list of amazing therapists for you to choose from to find the right match. So, find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Neds today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Neds.
Oh, God, I guess I'll take to the web.
Take to the web.
Yeah, or the in-person. I don't know. I empathize with you, and I just say, like, just keep being on your good path with yourself, and then keep asking these questions about your desires, and I think it'll shift,
I hope so.
Yeah, because
You know,
I go through
Because I could see a life where I never had sex again.
Oof,
Nice.
don't do that.
And I
why not?
Nope.
I actually
Sex
don't
isn't
hate
all
it.
that great, guys.
I actually
Nope.
don't hate
Sex
it.
is pretty great.
I don't
Sex is
hate
awesome.
it.
I start to lose my mind when I haven't had sex in a long time. Like, truly.
Oh, really?
Like my life is, like, I'm not well.
Sometimes I long for the detachment.
Sometimes I long for
All
the
the
dog.
sex I'm
I
always
long
having
for
is
the
just
dog.
so exhausting.
That's where you get when you're in a long-term relationship. You're like, man, I have sex all the time.
There's got to be another way.
Wow.
What if I didn't have sex?
What would that be like?
Lindsey and I are over here like, hey, fuck
Fuck
you,
you.
buddy.
Fuck
Amy.
you.
Yeah, I know our timeline's different, but it's still like I recently, and this has happened a few times in my life, like I recently came up on like very close to a year without having sex, and like I didn't even plan on it. It just kind of got there, and like I'm not well when that's happened. Like something, like I need that, and I get the questions you were asking. Like I'm like, what am I doing? Like I can't. There's sex out there. Like,
Right.
So something with me, like I
Right.
need to get more clear with me,
Yeah.
with my actions, with my conversation. Like,
Right.
what the fuck? Like, this
Yes.
has been too long, and holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not well.
Can you guys clue me into the dialogue, the internal dialogue that happens when you see someone that you like and would like to approach? What keeps you from approaching them? What are you telling yourself inside your head?
What I'm telling myself inside my head is that I like being a magnet, not somebody who's going for it, right? Like I try to magnetize my energy
Yeah.
and draw to me, like I'm not ever trying to pursue somebody. To be really honest with you, I'd find very few people attractive until they open their mouth. Like really though. Like
Facts.
you could be whatever from across the room. I'm not the pretty boy type.
Mm.
Wow.
And,
That's cold.
Every time. She's like, I
always
really
waiting.
don't like attractive men.
Hints.
I've loved you forever, Devon.
Damn.
but so
I don't like the traditionally masculine.
So
Devin.
I guess there's really like a, just like a coquettish kind of like thing, sort of like making eye contact here and there, letting, them speak to me. Like I used to like try to return everything with like a witty, quippy, but just letting the guy approach me and say something. And then this is what I did the last time somebody did that. I was just like, and just went back to and I still like got that number and like whatever. But it's
Yeah.
like, I don't need to impress you or entertain you.
Yeah, just be yourself. Being
You know?
yourself should be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really relate. Like, I think we're very similar. Like, I have a thing where, like, I'll be attracted to plenty of women physically, but, like, what stops me half the time is, like, I need to know who they are. I need to hear them speak. Like, I can't just be attracted on the outside. So I need to get to know someone. And that takes a level of energy, kind of
Yes.
space.
Yeah.
Like, often I'm in spaces where I'm like, I don't have the kind of like presence. I'm actually present to too many things. I can't actually kind of drop in with this
Zero in
person
on it, yeah.
to see like how does our energy bump up against each other? Like,
Hey.
but really though, like
Bump
how,
those energies.
yeah, but kind of like let's see how we, whatever, like tit for tat, like let's see what's up here. And like sometimes I don't have the space for it, or sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I can definitely like hold myself back from those things, just not wanting to put in the energy. I don't know. It's just like laziness or just conservativeness with my own energy.
And I'm asking because I do similar things. I think
I think we all have that thing.
Oh, will this person want? Are they in the mood for this right now too? Is this the right setting? Or, so yeah.
But I do love getting to know someone new.
It's amazing.
Like I do love that fresh. Like I don't know who you are, and you don't really know who I am. I think a lot of people. I've learned this like later in my life, and I love knowing it now. But I think a lot of people try to, when you're meeting someone new, just tell the person who you are, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, let me tell you who I am.
Nope.
This is who I am. 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 These are all my stories. It's like that's
Words
not how
can't
you
do
get to know someone.
Mm.
You get to know someone slowly over time, and with your energy. I can tell you all the things I am. That doesn't mean you fucking know me. It doesn't mean I know myself.
And I'm probably not consistent with what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like, so I actually like not doing those normal, like, tell me your whole fucking life story. I'd rather be like, yo, how do we, in the present moment, like kind of connect?
I love communicating and solving problems with people. That's when I really know that I'm feeling the vibe and I can find a little bit of love in there.
Yeah.
When we have like a task in front of us and we're working on it. So if it's like a collective project, like that's where I get most attracted to people, seeing how they solve, problems. And they don't have to be big problems, but working together. I love putting our heads together.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. That's really cool. Because that's
Totally.
also seeing, like, that's also paying attention to how someone engages, like, with the world around them, not just you. Like, how do you operate when you got to solve something? That is attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're all
I've
similar
had this
in that
question
way.
just for a minute, just because I'm totally in a different place than I've ever been with my sexual life. Like that's just an unburdening of trauma and like sobriety and like yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to like get back into it. I think my first couple years of sobriety, really, my body wasn't asking, or my energy wasn't asking for these experiences, right?
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like I'm graduating, and it's like it's uncomfortable, but it's kind of cool that I'm actually feeling that again, or like wanting that, or just interested in that. And
yeah, I think when it comes to our wants, I've also been finding like this is maybe like we want things now, but like just having that want for a while, opening up to that, like it's coming. It's nice. Like now sometimes when I feel that impatience on something that I want, I go like, no, dude, actually the like organic, beautiful nature of life is like me wanting this and just like feeling that desire. Like it's coming. It's actually a longer process, you know?
Yeah.
So just like calling that energy in or whatever, you know?
And it's not a simple energy, man. It's not simple at all. Like it's not just this and that. It's so much of my being ready and willing for these experiences. I almost wish I hadn't lost my virginity until like now. Do you know what I mean? Like I definitely feel like there's that thing where you're like sort of born again or whatever and you realize what you're doing. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think probably 98% of people do not know how to have sex. So whenever anybody's like, oh, I smashed, that's okay. That's so great. You can also go rut with a pig. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
These are
physically
facts.
entering somebody, like sex, I just wish there was like, I wish like we could learn more about it before we had it, because I feel like I knew nothing about it when I was having it. And now there's just so much more, I don't know. There's so much more to it now.
Dude, I feel like I have so much, it's more of a selfless act. But when I was younger, all I knew as a young boy was, oh, sex is, I gotta go and, get mine. And yeah, I wish that I had been introduced to the joy of just pleasing somebody else and, just making the moment last.
There you go.
So, I feel like a seasoned vet now.
Hey,
I bet you are.
2 tours in.
I bet.
Yeah.
In NAM.
2 tours in
Been
Iraq
to
and
NAM.
he's back.
Bro.
That shit's real, man. Like it's like an exchange. It's a conversation. It could be a night long where you're not having sex the whole time, but like the whole interaction I find to be like really beautiful, and it can be so fun when you communicate well with somebody.
Yeah, I feel like intercourse is different than like sex. Like intercourse is like just like put it in and like whatever. But sex is really like I said, a vibration, a frequency, like something that you hit in the middle of something that enhances the senses on all levels. You know?
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we all do. I come out of like in and out of my confidence with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, I'm the fucking man. Like, yeah.
And know your audience too.
And then sometimes, man, I'm like, am I
got this
boy again? Like,
I am a little boy. I am a little boy.
That might be the problem. No, you got this.
Damn it.
Correct.
Wow. What do you mean by you're a little boy?
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
No,
Well, there's just a very disgusting, want to push the boundary, want to just push you until you get a little whatever energy. Like I'm Denise the Menace, right?
Oh.
Okay.
All right. I love pranking. I love, yeah, I
Does this
I
come
feel like
up
a
in
little
sex?
boy. Were we still talking about that?
Got your butthole. It's a prank. Hey.
Hilarious. How does it feel?
It's like,
And the guy's like, I'll marry
I
you.
just mean that actually might be the problem towards getting somebody to like come
Come back.
But yeah, with as far as a little boy, kind of with sex too.
Actually, there is a poles thing. There is like a polar thing that kind of, no matter who you are having sex, like there's a thing with like masculine and feminine, even between two women, even between two men, even between, like, right? Like there is kind of like an energy thing of, are you holding the receptive space? Are you holding the assertive space? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I also feel like, okay, so yes, I feel like there's a little inner child, little boy in me, but then I also feel like that can come out in sex in the way of like making it more performative instead of experiential.
ooh,
Does that make
say
sense?
more? Yes.
So the little boy in you just wants to be like, this is gonna be so much. Like I can, like I'm down for whatever. Like let's do whatever. Let's like whatever. Like the more whatever. And then the feminine side to it, I think, is a little bit more like not engaging so much in the man energy, but really holding your place in the female and like being able to say what you like, what you want, not just go with the flow of whatever itinerary this dude has. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
You felt like sex has been an itinerary from, like, I feel like it should be like a, you get like a little give and take.
Right. But I don't think that was my mindset.
You thought
when
that
I was, it was, sex was
You were
very
like, let's-
performative for me in my 20s, just
Gotcha.
like my whole life was. Like, I think, the BPD went crazy in the bedroom.
Damn. If you think it's crazy on
If
here
you
in
think this is
public.
crazy, just wait. Yeah. It's, I definitely have seen it as more of a transaction to get them to perceive you more in the way that you want to be perceived.
That was definitely, I don't know about you, that was definitely a little boy entering into sex. It was that
Yeah.
of like, I want to be perceived as good. I want to be perceived as manly, or like, I want to be perceived in this space rather than like,
Being yourself.
yeah, just fucking be here and
Yeah.
Feel the
communicate
moment.
with the person
Exactly.
and fucking like feel in the moment what your desires are and like act
Yeah.
on them and listen to hers, right? Like,
I feel like there's this thing when somebody says sexy, like automatically people are like, I have to be an expert at sexiness. Like you just have to be good at sexy.
sex in general.
Sexy is messy and imperfect and lovely. It's grace through things that aren't picture perfect, or grace through outcomes that you weren't expecting. Sexy is like so much more than perfection. It's the exact opposite of perfection, to be really honest. And
Yeah.
I feel like when you say the word sexy, everybody just feels like they have got to hide immediately and show you they know what it means. And it's like, it's usually degrading what most people think is sexy, to be really honest. At least that was my experience of it for a long time, is that sex was an incredibly degrading topic, experience,
In
and
its
you almost
best
wore that as like a badge of honor, at least with my girlfriends too. It's like the crazier the shit that you can do with them. It's like I don't know what we're trying to prove as women, because you can't tell me that you enjoy that, right? Like, and maybe you do.
Maybe you do. Yeah.
But the part of us that gets satisfied in sex, I feel like is the part of us that needs to be healed, like in real life too, right? Because like you bring those hangups and issues and insecurities, they're not gone when you step into the bedroom. In fact, they manifest into stranger and weirder like things, right? Once you get to the bedroom. And so sort of like letting your trauma fuck instead of you actually fucking is
Wow.
A lot.
Yeah, I think that's happening.
I was trauma fucking my way through LA.
Wow.
But not really, because I wasn't a hoe.
He's like, I'm a virgin. My trauma is not. She's out there fucking.
Thank you.
Turn up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is happening where like maybe for men and women, but like feeling like that degradation after sex. Whereas like in its best form, it shouldn't be degrading. It should be unveiling. Like it should be exposing, but in a good way.
Unveiling? Did you say unveiling?
Unveiling.
You said
Sorry,
unveiling.
I did.
Do you think I was going to say?
And we understood him.
Unveiling.
Leo just did a
Unveiling.
post about that.
Really?
Yeah, where you judge someone for their pronunciation.
They say it wrong. Yeah, Theo and I would have this thing when we lived together. Like when someone did it, like just calling them out on it, and then the person just being like, "Shut the fuck up."
So wait, did you just say conversating?
Yeah.
Does that work? Because I thought it was conversing.
Oh yeah,
but
Leo had that post about it.
Bruh.
But yeah, like in its best form, it shouldn't be degrading. It should be intimate. It should be seeing one another, like seeing yourself and unveiling, like exposing, kind of, vulnerable, but in the right way, in the good way, where you're like, look at me.
Dropping those societal boundaries too, like, because we're all in life just wearing the mask because we're being who we're supposed to be in order to look like we're a functioning member of society. But then when you get to be with a person in the room and it's just you two, and you guys get to say, okay, I know what society says a human is. What do I think a human is? What do you think a human is? And let's feel it out together and really express ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen,
Privacy,
man,
beautiful.
We'll never get to, but I would love
To know.
to feel what it's like to be loved by Daniel.
It would be so beautiful. Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
Dude, those hands.
Oh, they're magic hands. Too.
But honestly, like, because even as friends, I mean it though. But because honestly,
That's what orgies are for. And you can see, you get to see what everybody's about.
because honestly, the more I get to know you, like as a man and as a friend, it's such a intimate and like beautiful process. Like our friendship deepening and just me getting to know you in that way. Ooh, to be alone in a room with you.
20 minutes.
Oh,
Give me all night, Daniel.
Boys, come back.
Back.
sorry.
We're on a podcast. We're on a podcast,
Sorry.
guys. We're on a podcast.
Sorry.
Um,
Don't tell me you haven't
I
done
was
that.
so
about me.
jealous
Don't
for
tell
a
me-
minute.
yeah,
What
yeah.
the fuck, you fuckers?
That was just her making it about her.
That's great.
But what about fucking me?
Me? When will anybody fuck me?
Who wants to feel this magic?
Yeah, right?
It's magical.
Whoever does get in there, though, it is going to be painful, probably.
Oh, is it because it's...
No, because she's gonna be so
Tight as a drum.
She's gonna have to push through some cobwebs,
Right? I mean, for real.
Gonna
He's
have to dust it off real
quick. Yeah. So,
Hello.
Hello. I look forward to it. It's a mythical story to me somewhere in the future.
I hate when it
And
gets.
can
to
I
that
tell you
point
the
where
amount
it
of
feels
dreams
that far off?
I can't have a dream without being it's like I'm
you're
getting
at that
railed
point.
in every dream
All wet
I'm
dreams.
having.
Damn.
Railed.
Hey.
In places that I don't even consent to in real life.
Well,
And it's like, oh God, it's the most amazing dreams. And then I'll just wake up and remember you don't even have anybody on the line. No.
There's not even
there's
a
no
fish. There's no
prospect.
bait.
You don't
There's
even have
somewhere.
a party to go to meet anybody at. Like you have nothing except that beautiful dream sensation.
You did get sent about 1,000 dicks
Yeah.
couple months ago.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
like
could
you
just
guys
feel
think that picture. Like, am I supposed to print it out and paper cut myself?
No,
like,
no,
what do you want me
just,
to do with
you
that?
just try and wade through the bullshit to find one of those dudes. But any of those dudes sending those dicks,
Yeah, that's probably the wrong
That's why
crowd.
I said such decent members on such indecent men.
I think that's probably a problem for a lot of women out there is like the dudes who are fucking unabashedly approaching them with no shame, like, what's up, honey? Aren't the
what's
dudes
up, honey?
Honey, right?
aren't the dudes like you or me who are like great dudes to be around, but are probably not doing that, you know? Because we're like, I don't want to bother her.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I mean, but there's hope because of that. You
Yeah.
know, there's some good guys out there afraid to reach out to you.
Right
Yeah.
on. Okay.
You'll have sex again.
Will I?
There's no way. There's no way you don't have sex again.
I mean, thank God.
Yeah, it'll come around.
Yeah.
You got a new place. You got
Yeah.
a new vibe. Like
Now
like
I can
you're in a
actually
new-
have room to have.
Dude, you literally haven't had a space to have sex.
Oh no, that
Do you know
matters.
what I mean?
That does
Like,
matter. Yeah,
that's a big
That does
thing.
and
matter.
now I do.
So the sex is on the way.
Literally, you just made this move. The space is now open.
And
The
now
Uber
it's
Eats order
ready.
is
Hey!
it's been picked up. It's being delivered.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Uber Eats.
Uber.
But
Hey,
Dude, it's such a thing. I think so many of us have fucking
Uber
hang-ups.
meats.
Uber.
I mean,
Uber meats. That's what you're ordering.
right? Wait, I want to start a new Tinder called Uber Meets.
It's just German cocks.
Uber Meets.
damn. It is just one driver who just goes around. No.
Yeah.
Just meeting everybody.
Hello.
You get a meat. You get a meat. Everybody gets meat.
Throw a ribeye.
Oh man.
Goodness.
Okay.
I
What
really
is
like
the
it.
weirdest reaction you have had after you've, finished with a girl? Like, what is the weirdest thing that she's
What?
done?
The weirdest?
Yeah. Have they started
Weirdest.
crying? Did they hug you?
Like,
Oh, I
weird?
got
Go on.
some tears of joy. I might have felt like it was so beautiful.
Joy?
I believe that.
No, you might.
Like
I mean,
healing. Like,
yeah.
like, oh my God, that was healing.
No.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And it was cringy to kind of sit through. It's like, I know you want to have this moment,
Oh, fucking shit.
but I gotta go. Matter of fact, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
Dad, you
sorry.
never made a girl cry?
Oh, I've made a few cry. Daniel, that is the best thing I've ever fucking heard. She's
Oh.
like being healed by your love, and
She's
you're like,
touching
oh.
Damn.
I gotta go.
But it
You
was
gotta
magical. I could see why. It was.
Not at the time, but you can
Not at
see
the
why
time.
in hindsight.
Yeah, it was magical.
Wow.
You haven't had any weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's a strange like, I haven't had any weird. Had pretty normal, that was lovely or that wasn't. It's all
Oh my
been
gosh,
pretty
I love
standard
it.
based on the
Yeah.
appropriate response
Now,
to
wait,
the
wait,
situation.
quick question. Do you guys shower right after?
I do.
I
You
know.
know Daniel does.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't always.
Yeah, I don't always either.
You know what I mean?
nasty. I'm talking
nasty,
mess. I'm
dude.
talking mess.
Yeah.
I'm just into I'm just into the humanity, some of the time. Like, some of the time it's like, we're fucking showering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we gross.
Yeah.
But some of the time it's just like, let's fucking bask in it. You know what
Right?
I mean?
You're a basker. I can,
I'm
yeah.
into the humanity, you know?
Yeah.
Nice. Don't want to deny yourself the human experience.
Yeah, God bless.
Turn up.
God bless, man.
How about yourself?
You're a basker. You don't give a shit. You don't give a
Bask for
shit.
days, motherfucker.
She'll rub her black feet, like
Bruh.
dirty feet on your body.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
If you
just how it
can't-
goes
yeah,
sometimes.
if you can't take me and all that comes with me.
Okay.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah. I also like showers. I like showers. They're nice.
I mean, me too.
so it's a nice little finish move for me.
The finish move.
So you finish in the shower.
Now I can finally. Yeah. It's like, 'cause that wasn't working for me. Nothing like me and my hand. Pamela Henderson.
Wait. Do you remember the first XYZ that I
What are
gave
you gonna ask on this
Do you remember-
podcast? What are you gonna ask on this public podcast, Lindsay?
Do you remember that?
The first what? Which one, Lindsay?
The first one, Devin.
First what?
BJ.
I actually do. You really want to talk about this on the pod?
I just wanted to say that I felt like a failure from that point because
He didn't finish.
I know. Yep.
No.
You didn't. You didn't. After a moment, he just said, "Thanks. Okay." And you got up and you went to the bathroom and you did your thing.
No.
I don't remember that at all.
100%.
No.
I was waiting in that room with the blue fucking comforter thing, right? Or was it red?
It was on set.
It was on your it was on your bed at in the Hollywood Hills house.
I don't remember this at all.
Oh my God.
I remember.
And I just remember being like, that's not how that's supposed to end.
I don't remember that at all, so I can't tell you like why or what was happening.
So which one do you remember? The one on the couch?
No, I remember the one in the backseat of your car. See, we can't talk about this on the pod.
Damn, they're numbered? This is great.
No, because to me that was the first one. Yeah, this is so fucked up. I can't believe you're bringing this up. But Dylan's back there like, yes, this podcast is gold. Fuck, we can't. I'm so torn. Okay, fuck you. All right, so I remember for me the first blowjob was the first one where I fucking came.
Right.
And you backseat of your car. We're outside my house in Holly Ridge, just parked there.
Right.
And you are like, no, it's good. Like finish, and then you got scared and you go, oh, sorry, and then I'm just like,
Oh, my car?
car's coming in your fucking car, dude.
Oh, it was her car.
Shit, how did we get that out?
Don't know, because cum is fucking,
First
cum
of all,
will
I
ruin
have
anything.
zero recollection of
You
that.
see?
But
and
I
to
can
me,
see
that's
me
the first
saying,
one.
Yeah.
And like, you were like, no, great. Like, yeah. And then you go like,
Why would I have
then you
said
go like,
that? I had no idea.
She went full on Matrix.
Dude, literally, she's like, no.
Wow.
Dude, I
We
can't
got
believe-
busy. We got busy in quite a few places.
We did. To clarify for the pod, we never had sex. But we got busy.
Yeah.
We were two horny
We
little
got busy with our
hormonal.
little 15-year-old now. Wait, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
I can't believe. Of course, this episode had to go there, but damn,
Right?
man, I'm not.
I will never forget that
I'm
because
not
I
ready for
literally
this
was
to
just
go
like, it was so polite the way he left me, and then I was just sitting in on the bed, and I was like, I wonder like what he's doing in there.
I don't remember that at all, and I don't remember like why that would have been the case.
Because it was my first blowjob, and I probably
so you
was
were
like,
probably
right?
gnawing on it a
Yeah,
little bit.
right?
Were they just intrusive thoughts where you thought he went in there to beat it?
Babe, I promise you, he was hard when he went in there.
But he don't strike me as a guy who would do that.
I know.
I feel like he just walked
I'm
around
like,
with blue balls for the rest of the day.
yeah, like I'm like, I don't know why I would.
Get off me.
Yeah, like
Well, because I think it was your first blowjob too.
I don't know why. Like
Was that
I
your
wish
first
I had.
blowjob?
I don't know. I don't remember.
From me.
The first one I remember is, like I said, is in the back of the car.
Okay.
Being able to communicate it with other people, your needs and wants, and just experience yourself in sex in a good way. And obviously choose partners that when they leave, you don't fucking cringe and feel like shit, right?
Yeah.
Like the goal is like, that was great. Even if it was a passing moment, like, nah, that shit was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually, my song that's out, Lay Around, like, look, people can interpret a lot of things from the meaning. I usually don't like to talk about a meaning of songs because it should be up for interpretation. But one of them from my song Lay Around was like this beautiful experience I had with someone when I was traveling. And like, it's kind of about that thing of like, it is a fleeting moment, but it doesn't make it less important. Like, this shit is beautiful and carnal in a good way and like fucking needed, and I'm grateful for it, you know?
Yeah.
And then also like I had to hop on a train and
then-
get the fuck out of there. Like, see ya.
Bye, Loretta. Like,
Damn.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was literally
No,
like
but
I
it's
was
so
going to catch a
beautiful, like,
train. Like it
what-
was like a fucking movie of like we just had a couple days of like this really amazing fucking experience with each other. And then like there's just this moment of like
Ooh.
we both can't. I loved that some people would fool themselves into like holding on in some type of way. And like I watched it on her. I watched her be like, and like she processed it herself of like didn't even ask the thing of
That's
like
it.
see ya. Yeah, because
When
like
we see each other,
because no fucking idea, you know. And it was just like see ya, and it was beautiful, and I cherish it and
Yeah.
wrote a song about it.
I love that. Now I'm gonna listen to it.
You gotta play it for her.
More
I have.
closely.
I sent it to her.
oh, dope.
My question, I love that because I always used to say to people, you know, friends or people you meet at parties, like, I hope I see you again. I hope like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, even if it was just this was enough.
Exactly.
You know?
Dude,
And that's how I feel a lot about people.
Yeah.
Like, I love seeing people again in the future, but that to me is not indicative of like my memory of them
Yeah.
or, you know, like makes them any less whatever when I see them again. But
Yeah. Well, and like sex or not, take those beautiful moments for what they are. Don't tarnish them at the end by trying to hold on and set up a future.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
dude, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, don't do that thing of like, this was so great. And then the energy when you're leaving is like, we'll do it again. Let's hang out. Like, no. Just for what this was. Hey, I really loved this.
The connection
and like,
is
we'll
eternal.
we'll talk.
Like, it's
who
eternal.
knows?
Yeah.
That part. I do hate that forcing the moment to continue because like you said, it tarnishes it. It kind of does tarnish it. Let's let it flow. When it happens, it happens. And if it's not meant to, then hey, it was beautiful.
Time out really quick. So have you guys been like on the opposite end of that?
Of what?
Where you've wanted to keep it going, or just you've been in that position
Where
of
I'm
like wanting
holding on,
to
trying
something keep something going.
Not
when
in
it's
not
passed.
in a really long time.
Not specifically the sex, because I mean, I think for guys, it's like, okay, when it's done, it's done. We completed it. That was great.
Goal complete.
Recharge. Time to recharge, and we'll come back at it next time. So not with the sex thing, but there was a young lady that I don't want to say head over heels, but we had a great bond. But I found out that she, this is terrible. She was actually soon to be, she was betrothed, right? She was going to be marrying. And it broke my heart having to say, I cannot be with you.
Wait, so you guys were doing something for a while and you didn't know? Then found out?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of was heartbroken. It was the first time I was like a little bit heartbroken. I'm like,
wow.
because it made me question, like, how much did it mean to you?
Right.
Because the bond was there, though. Whoa. Like, and, the sex was great, too. But it was like, that's too much. Like, this is huge. And then she tried to go into the thing of, but I don't have to. It's like kind of like I'm being forced to do it. And I'm like, we just can't. It's too much.
Yeah.
There's no truth here.
Nice. There's no truth here.
Dude,
but
because that's heartbreak and betrayal. Because you're like, what does our shit mean? You have a fiance? Like,
yeah.
Who
that
are
was
you?
Rough. I remember, because my homie introduced me to her in like more of a music setting, and then I was like, this girl really. Like, she just adds so much. Like, it was just like our banter together was just awesome. And then, like I said, the sex was great. But, I was like, damn. And I was like, I'm like, I can't play the fool in this.
Yep. No, good.
And also,
good on you.
For the other, like, it's just not good.
Gotta think of that other dudums, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Just the brotherhood or the sisterhood. I would never want to know a woman to feel the way I know she would feel if she heard she got cheated on. Like, for the woman, dude.
Yep.
I can't do it.
Yeah, real quick, I have to share one like that. So, like, this was during a time when I was healing from a major heartbreak. So, like, I was longing for some fucking connection. And I met this girl who I had this, like, connection with, and she would come into the shop I was working in, and we had this vibe, and that was cool. But then, like, she, like, would reference her boyfriend. And I'm like, okay. But then she would reference her boyfriend in this really, like, dismissive, like it's ending, but it's complicated. Like, like she kind of told this story that it's like over there and it's ending, and I'm kind of like on the outs. And I was cautious, but like, fuck, I needed some fucking connection, and I felt some type of way with her. And so I just started to like kind of approach our connection a little more cautiously, but a little like, all right, like she's telling me this about this dude, and we never even kissed. Like, we were just kind of like becoming friends, getting to know each other. But I think both of us were like looking across the boundary of like, are we gonna do this? And her dude did the dopest thing. So she's telling this story, and this is going on for like a couple months. We didn't hang out or talk a lot, but it was kind of like progressing. Her dude did the dopest thing. He came in to the store I was working in. And I had never seen his face, but I knew his name. And I was working a retail shop. So I'm the only person in the shop who handles the customer. So every customer that comes in, I'm like, hey, what's up? Like talking to them. And I go up to this dude, and he tells me his name, and I know his name. Like, he's like, hey, I'm da-da-da. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And he goes, yeah, man, I just wanted to meet you. And he shook my hand. And just like, he brought no anger. It was,
you couldn't. First of all, she gave your address, but go ahead.
No, it was the shop I work. It was the shop I was working at. Like he knew.
He knew you worked there.
Yeah, because I'm sure she said my friend my friend Devon who works at. No, it's just my friend Devon. You know, I've had fucking girlfriends with their friend who then all of a sudden, right? Like,
Have you been cheated on?
yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. That's for another pod because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
But that shit was just amazing. I loved how that dude handled it, and I got it immediately as soon as I saw him. I was like, cool. I'm never talking to her again. Like,
Yeah.
You're playing a fucked up game. So we can segue into tips, okay?
Yes.
Tips. This has been such a good episode, man.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do a rewatch, but Lindsey's sex talk brought us elsewhere. So I'll start with that tip of yo, if someone, this isn't an absolute rule. Sometimes maybe there's some fucking exceptions, but really, if someone is with someone else, doesn't matter the story they're giving you. Like, if they are with someone else, if they're engaged to someone else, or they have a fucking boyfriend or girlfriend, and they're telling you like, oh yeah, but we're on our way out. Like, we'll clean that up first, and then we can get together. You know, like, just you're entering such a fucking mess, and a mess of a person who's like telling you some story when they're with someone. You know, like you can't. There's no there when that's the case. And it's really hard to start if you're actually going to start a relationship with that person, that's a really hard introduction. And a lot of people do it, which is like the beginning of your relationship is a betrayal of another relationship. That's not a great fucking starting place.
Yeah.
If he'll cheat with you, he'll cheat on you. Okay.
There you go.
So here's the deal. You're really only making the world a more scary place for you when you engage in behaviors like that, because you start to fear what you're participating in, which is that you will be cheated on, which you will be, right? And then it also just makes it less clear about like who's good for you, who's it, like you have no boundaries, you have no nothing. It's like just a much more dangerous place in the world when you engage in that kind of a thing. And there's just no fucking need to, right? There's just no need to.
Yeah.
Fair.
You got a tip, Dan?
A tip
On sex or relationships?
Well, I guess you guys
or
talk
self?
more the relationship thing.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, you only live once, so if you want to know a person better, go and get to know them. Don't stop yourself. Yeah, and I know we all want to save ourselves the embarrassment or the rejection, but just talk to that person. Don't even go in with the intention of, oh, sex with them would be amazing. Just talk to them. See if you like them. Don't hold yourself back. Don't be shy.
Nice.
Go out there and get it.
Yeah, and go out and get it respectfully. You know, don't come with your cock out.
Yeah.
Just, hey,
Yeah.
what's your name? How are you?
Come with your pants
I
on.
love
Come
what
with your
you
pants
said. Like, get to know if you even want to have sex with them.
Yeah.
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 Anyway,
love you
safe
guys.
sex,
wow.
guys.
Good luck out there, everyone, and good luck on your quest for cock, Lindsey.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next week.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this
Thank
week's
you.
episode, and thank you to our patrons.
patrons. Yes.
Patreon.com/NedsPod. We love you. We do bonus content, live streams, and you guys help keep this show going. If you want to join, check us out.
Yes.
And big shout out to our super friends.
Hey.
Put a super friends dance. A
Super friends dance.
A
Super friends dance. And a big shout out to our super duper
Super
friends.
duper friends. Okay, we starting out with Legendary XAK.
And we got Rebecca Saletti.
Let's go, Becca.
And Eve.
Thank you guys. We love you.
Super friends dance.
Super friends.
We'll see you on the live
Friends.
stream.
Thank you, super duper friends.
Back it up. Yeah. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching this episode of the Neds Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. And if you guys want clips from the podcast, be sure to go check out the Neds Pod Clips YouTube channel. We got a link in the description, so go ahead, click it. And if you want more exclusive bonus content, come on down to our Patreon. Oh yeah, we'd love to have you. And the link to that is in the description too. Peace.